Hi everyone. Sorry I'm late. Sorry I am late. How is everyone tonight? How does everyone like my costume? I have a couple of new costumes for Halloween. Hi Molly. Hello Mojo Jojo. Hello Samara. Hello April. Hello Eric. Hello Clancy. Hello Lanky Tor. Florida Keys Amy. Oh, I don't want to say that name. Dory. God, what? How'd you come up with that name? Hello, Saucy 56. Master Splinter. Why are you coming in with those eyes? I'm doing well, Diane. Thank you. Hello, I am here. I just can't say your name. I don't know. I just can't. Not tonight. I don't know. Hello, BU. So, does everyone like my costume that Pickle Pickle made for me for my avatar? Speaking of avatars, I listened to some things today. I have opinions on a lot of things. Hi, More Than Enough. Hi, Kathy. I have a couple of opinions on some things that happened. I know, isn't it cute? I'm gonna change it as well. Uh, during the course of while I'm live because I do have some other ones. Yes, that's who I am, Lanky Tor. You got it. And I'll show you the other ones. I thought it was fun. And probably I won't be live again until after Halloween. Halloween. Anyway, before I get started on Michelle and the Tim interview, because here I have some opinions that I don't know, some people might not agree with me, but I feel like there was something fishy going on there with the whole conversation, with the whole interview with Tim, the fact that he spoke to her after not speaking 12 years on a phone call. I just listened carefully and I don't know, I found it to be a little bit I don't know, suspicious. So I have my, thoughts on that. And I don't know. You might not agree with me on that, but I have a feeling that there was just some things a little bit suspicious. But I see that everybody is, cashing in on, majorly cashing in on Michelle. And my thoughts have always been on Michelle is, she's crazy. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I think she has lots of really big problems. And I don't think that antagonizing her is going to help. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Cool Gamer. But let me just start off with my community post that I put up a couple of days ago. Okay, so when I spoke about this the last time I was live, we're going to do the wish list again. We have a lot of new people who have come into this community. Other channels will be sharing that. Randy's channel. I'm hoping that Mandolin and Starlight will. Jen will be. So I've already started getting some wish lists, and let me just explain this very. Hi, Crazy Daisy. Hi, Pugs. I want to just explain this. This is, a very simple thing. It's we revised the wish list. This will be the third year we're doing it. It's Hello Starlight. That's her channel name. So this year we're making it a little bit more simple, and it's going to be quite easy. Oh, good Lord. That's some real assholes in here tonight, don't we? So anyway, hi Sin. So what we're going to do this year is we're going to, I know it's annoying, but this is the internet. What do you expect? We have idiots on here. Um, I wouldn't ever be surprised that idiots come into your side chat. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the wish list. If you're interested, you need to email me, number one. Okay. You don't have to tell me who you are. Um, and as far as being able to, vet people if they're telling the truth, listen, if someone comes to me or comes to any of us in this community that says that they need help with their children, grandchildren, who are, from an infant to a teen, and they're needing help, we're going to help them. It's been successful for 2 years. We had a couple of little um, bumps in the road, but because we've changed it up a bit, I think it'll be a lot easier. Each person can only put 4 items on their list. um, no item should exceed $25. And then the other thing, of course, is please choose something off of Amazon Prime. So there is no shipping. Now, that might not be something that you can do, let's say, if you're in the UK, right? If you're in the UK and you might have picked an Amazon Prime item, but then you're signing in from the US to try to buy that. Item, it might not show up as Prime. It might show up as, just a regular item that you have to pay shipping on. So what we try to do is we try to get people who live in the UK to actually purchase in the UK. So it's pretty simple, and that's pretty much it. Hold on a second. Give me one second. I need to do something. So I'm not looking at chat right now, but if the mods can pay attention until I can handle this, I'm really not in the mood tonight. Okay, let me just go into my YouTube studio and handle the crazy people. Uh, YouTube studio. There's some, and I'm going to be honest with you, there are some things that I'm going to say tonight that might piss some people off, but I don't care. I really don't. I don't care. Hold on. Good Lord. Uh, my God. That's pretty funny. Sorry. Okay, so I'm back. All right. Anyway, oh, I see Hello Starlight is in here. Hello Starlight. While you were showing something at the end of your live stream, I put a comment in your chat. Copyright infringement doesn't work that way, where you just say, if you show something that's copyrighted, you have to pay $75,000. It doesn't work that way. A copyright infringement lawsuit, you have to hire a copyright infringement attorney. You don't have one of those typically on retainer. It's very costly. You do have to go to court and sue. Um, so I'm just saying, please email. Yeah, please email me. Thank you. More than enough. Yeah, so it doesn't work that way. It's not like you're just going to get a letter in the mail for using a copyrighted image. You have to go to court. I had a copyright infringement case, and my copyright was for a video that had my work in it. So I had to obtain the copyright for that. Um, So it's a little bit more involved. There is no such thing as just, sending a bill out by an attorney for 75,000. So I'm just letting you know that. And I don't, I'm not saying this because I want to get into a hi Christina's journey. I don't want to get into a beef with other people that go real life, because we have, I just, I don't even know what to say. I am against real life. I think everybody is well aware. My real life was gone into in the most imposing way. And, uh, I am shocked when I hear people say things like how disgusting it is. Hi, Mike Brown. I have a copyright on my likeness. Anyone uses words Michael Brown owes me 75,000 for every incident. Duly noted. Duly noted. Yes, we do not go real life over here, uh, but it has been done. Okay, it has been done to me. So it does get me a little bit upset, and I'm going to be honest. And again, I might piss people off tonight, but I don't care. I don't care because I'm annoyed. I do get upset when I hear people who did go real life say things like, we don't go real life here, and it's disgusting, and we don't do that, and blah blah blah. Uh, yeah, but you did. You did. So don't, we can't act like real life has never happened in this little community. It has. Am I opposed to it? Absolutely. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary that anyone goes real life. I don't think that it's necessary to go real life on Michelle. Um, I wouldn't do that. But Michelle also did something. Hey, Doodle Brown. Hi, Rosewater. Uh, Yeah, I would say so. Listen, I personally have never heard of copywriting an see. Now, I know people are not going to believe this, but this avatar has been changed recently because I redid my whole channel. But the original avatar is not my creation. It actually is another person's copyrighted creation. Now, would I take somebody to court over someone using my avatar? No. Could I give them a copyright strike on YouTube? Yeah, and they might, want to take it down, right? But the person who did the original work, whether it was changed or not, and puts me in sweaters or costumes or whatever, it's still copyrighted by that person. I went real life and bought a can of corned beef hash. Oh my God, don't even talk about corned beef hash. That is so gross. Oh, so gross. But anyway, you can have a lawsuit if you can prove that your image is copyrighted. It's all over YouTube. There are copyright infringement attorneys on YouTube that tells you just how to handle your channel. Hi, Motley. So in other words, if you say, let's say you're going to take a clip of a movie, and you think that you can get away with 15 seconds of it or whatever, don't even take the chance, because and an attorney will tell you that don't take a chance, because the company, the movie company, hey, what's up, fuckers? I know when I went in to put it on subscribers only, I noticed that I was already limited on ads, uh, and I didn't even say anything, so I don't know what happened. But they can take you to court, and they'll do it because they have a lot of money. They don't care. But the average Joe is not going to take somebody to court. The reason that I took somebody to court is because what they took didn't belong to them, and it was done for malicious reasons. And what I was able to get out of that is the judge ordering the defendant to destroy it off of their hard drive. Okay. But I still hold the copyright to my work in that video. Whether it was me dancing in a thong or not, it was never meant for public consumption. All right. Uh, Anything copyright is subject to fair use. Yeah, there is. Hi, FSOY. Yes, there is a fair use in using people's, and that's why people will, if they're doing a reaction video, they'll make sure to stop it. and follow what the terms of service says. You can do that. Again, I've never heard anybody's actual image being copyrighted. And, paying for a copyright is expensive, especially if you want it pronto. My copyright cost me $800. Okay. It was $800. So I don't know. All I know is that copyright infringement lawsuits are very expensive. There is no, because you own a copyright, that you can just contact an attorney and make somebody pay $75,000. You have to go to court. You have to do discovery. I mean, it's expensive. I would never ever put myself in a position of doing a lawsuit again. It was way too expensive. Um, and I mean, if you want to throw around $50,000, because that's what it's going to end up costing you, then do it if you think you can win. But I don't. In this kind of a situation, I question it only because I could take a picture of someone across the street, let's say, right, a stranger, and that's not, and I don't know, use it in some capacity, whether I'm showing or I'm taking a video of something. Hi, Carlos, out on the street, and someone's face is in it. I don't know. I don't know all of copyright law. No, no, no. Just automatically gets it. No, yeah. No, you don't. Well, that's what I'm saying, Ash. There is no such thing as just automatically getting $75,000. That's not the way copyright infringement works. You still have to go to court, and you still have to hire attorneys, and that person would have to go where you live to sue you. Otherwise, the judge can dismiss it on jurisdiction without prejudice and tell you to go sue them where they live because they might not want to be bothered with it. I'm just telling you what I've learned being caught up in a lawsuit. Funniest thing ever was Bullhorn Betty using a symbol to say her name is copyrighted. Well, I guess you can do that. But if it's really not copyrighted and then someone uses it and you do decide to go that very expensive route to court, you have to be able to prove that you own a copyright. It's registered with a number and it's on paper, and you have to hold it in your hand. And you have to say, this person used my copyrighted image for whatever reason that they did, or video, or whatever it is. But I don't think it works that way. It blows my mind that so many laugh, encourage, and think it's funny when she's doxxed. Yeah, the whole doxing thing. Listen, listen. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to get into a beef with anybody, and I don't really want our community to be attacked by people that do dox. I just I just don't want that. Um, I just don't want it. And I don't understand the necessity of it other than for intimidation. But I think that everybody on here in this community in some way, shape, or form definitely has already been doxxed. Um, and some of the doxers were wrong, obviously, but it is what it is, and I just don't want to get into that. Uh, I really don't. Gentrification of IKEA furniture. What are you talking about, Lancator? So, all right. So let me, move on from. I want to move on from that. I know Hello Starlight got. She said that she was giving your channel a copyright strike. Did you get one? Logos need all kinds of specs, important color references, font, and size of elements. Can't copyright an image of a logo. Well, elements have to be included. Did she do that? I don't. Yeah, I don't know, Ninja. Um, I really don't know all of the, you know, incidentals of this whole thing. But did you, hello, Charlie, did you end up getting a copyright strike on your live stream? I'm just, curious. Did you, hello, Starlight, did you get a copyright strike? No, you didn't get one. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't, the whole thing to me was a little bit weird. But the whole real life shit needs to stop. Uh, the whole doxing needs to stop. I don't understand it. I really don't. Um, this is YouTube. This is a social media platform. Like, really, you feel it necessary? Sorry I'm late. There was a hog screaming at me. Who? Who's the hog? I don't think fair use applies to copyright photos. You have to have permission to offense verify, if you please. Yeah, the whole photo thing. Like I said, a photo. Okay, so I do know this. Hi, Social Fade. I do know this on YouTube. If someone uses a photo of you that you have used on YouTube yourself, whether it was your avatar or something, if you were on cam, right? And they take a snap of it, and it's been on YouTube, you can't give a privacy strike. But if someone goes to, let's say, Facebook, right, takes it off of this platform and gets a hold of a picture of you and puts it on their channel, then you can give them a privacy strike. That you can do. That falls under community guidelines. And I don't know anything about LLCs other than my uh, my interpretation of an LLC is just insurance, liability insurance for someone who has a company, let's say, like Laura, right, for her candles. That if she sells a candle and it blows up in someone's home, she has some kind of insurance to pay for that. And I don't know how much LLC insurance costs. Um, but I would imagine that if you're going to take out insurance liability, hey, thank you, next, that you're going to get enough money so that in case something happened, if the candle blew up, and don't come for me, Laura, because, you already threatened me once, and just don't. Uh, you don't want to go there. Uh, if the candle blew up and destroyed your home. Yes, I have new emojis for members, and I'll change them again for Christmas, doing little fallish uh, emojis for now. LLC, yeah. Again, it's I know all I know about it is it's liability insurance, and I would imagine that any company would have some kind of coverage. I know they're cute, right? They're cute. I like to change them up though. So once we start getting into the Christmas season, and we do it here a little bit more, a little bit earlier, because LLC protects personal assets, but you can't commit crimes as an LLC. Okay, how can someone have a person's ex on to talk about an ex-spouse and them all? Okay, listen. Okay, so that whole thing. Oh, look at all. I love the way the emojis look. They're so adorable. And little Coco's in there. And by the way, if anyone knows C. Marie, her most famous hot dog cat, who is on the dodo, okay, because she told the whole story how she found him outside, and how long it took her to get him to come in. He ate a ribbon and got really sick, and he had emergency surgery a couple of hours ago. So if everyone who loves an animal can please pray for Hot Dog. He's famous. He's been on the Dodo. So she could use some prayers for her cat. Uh, who do you talk to, Sin? See Marie? Yeah, poor Hot Dog. And Coco was kind of, gonna want to. they were all, talking about getting married, and then of course we had Shells, Kat, Walter, who wanted Coco too, and I'm just very particular about who I'm going to let Coco, run off with. Let's put it that way. But prayers for Hot Dog. Uh, you know, uh, C. Marie was beside herself. Okay, so all right, so let's. Yeah, Hot Dog. Yes. Oh, I love the pretzels. Hey, listen, Ninja, we have delicious, we have like, I don't know about Germany, but I can tell you Philly pretzels are the best. They're better than New York. Okay. They're just better than New York. And I lived in New York, so I can make the comparison. Yeah, me too, Social Fade. I hope so too. I will be devastated if this surgery did not go work, did not go well. Oh, that's a wonderful lanky tour. See, prayers do work. Prayers absolutely do work. And speaking of cancer, I'm going to say this. All right, so uh, since losing my mother, I have become so. Uh, I don't even. I don't even know how to say it. Like when I talk to Randy on the phone, I, say things like I'm, crazy. I feel like I'm crazy, and I can't deal with. I still can't deal with the fact that I can't call her, and I can't talk to her, uh, and she didn't pass away from cancer. She caught COVID, and so whether someone is my enemy on here or someone who is spoke badly about me, or it doesn't matter who it is, it could be anyone uh, in this community that I might not like. uh, I will reach out to them and offer them prayer and support, especially if it's their mother. um, I don't like I don't like people going at someone and saying that uh, because their mother got cancer, it's their karma. That's the most ridiculous thing. And I'm just letting you know that I did reach out to Molly and offered her prayers for her mother's recovery, because cancer doesn't mean that, it's your demise. So I'm just saying that, coming from someone who lost their mother, grief is horrible when it's your mother. It is disgusting to say, and people are saying it. And again, I am very sensitive to anything that has to do with a mother. Just keep in mind that a mother is the first person that loved you before you were born, other than God. So I just want to say that. Okay, everybody deserves to have prayer. Okay. So, okay. And said person said some woman's children's SE was her karma. Well, I know, I know, I know more than enough. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you where my mind is at. Thank you, Alan. I'm just telling you where my mind is right now because of the aching that I have for my mother. Okay? That's just where I'm at. I am aching. I'm aching. Hey, Lace with Lacey, how's your baby doing? I know, I more than enough. I know. I'm just telling you all this because maybe Molly is going to say something. I don't know, and I don't want people to be surprised or whatever. I just thought I would share that. I did it. I would do it for anybody that I might have had. Thank you, Christina's Journey. And listen, I know there are a lot of people right here are going through things with, with losing their mothers, or their mother's very sick, or it could be their father or whatever. But I and I understand that. So I think I'm a little bit, I don't know, I'm a little bit more sensitive to it right now. Especially the holidays are coming up, and of course my mother, passed away 2 days before Christmas, so it's not the best time for me. Although I'm trying to still get into the Christmas spirit with the wish list to help other people. Sin, I love you too. So that's why we're going to do these wish lists, and I'm still going to do them. Where I mean, part of me wants to go crawl in a hole, but this time of year is about giving and hope and love, and kids getting presents, in on Christmas in the morning, and might not have been able to get any. And I am going to take what whoever emails me. I'm not going to question whether I think that they're lying about four gifts for $25 a piece for either a baby or a teenager. I'm just not. I'm just not. I hope her mother gets through this and heals. Listen, Safari, I get it. I do get it. I do get it. Hi, Diane. No, how's it going, feisty old gal? I'm doing great right now, Andrew Hondo. Thank you. Thank you, Lanky Tor. I hope that, well, I knew that she was always proud of me while she was here. So, I don't know what heaven is like. Hey, Paige. I don't know what heaven is like if, listen, here's my whole opinion on, this is my thing. God promises us that when we pass on to go into eternity, that there'll be no more tears, no more pain, no more tears. So I would hope that when you do pass on and you do go to heaven uh, for eternity, that they don't know that we're in pain here, because what relief would that be? You know what I mean? Hey, Stephanie. I mean, what reward would that be for anyone going to heaven, that they would know that their children or their mothers or whomever was left here on this, yes, no more sorrow. Thank you, Stephanie. I couldn't remember all of the promises that were given, but I mean, uh, that would not be, a gift of eternal life if they knew that, you know, that, like, if my mother knew, or my father knew, or my sister knew that every day I was thinking about them and longing for them, and hating that they weren't here. So anyway, um, oh shit. Anyway, I don't want anybody who's in pain right now to, you know, have to go through what I'm, going through right now, because like I said, sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind, and I come here because I love a lot of you, and I haven't been going live that much. I love you too, Starlight. I come here because I want to. I don't want to necessarily. Someone said, I heard someone say something. Hey, Jeff, I love you too. Listen, we had a great Google Meet, by the way, in Randy's. We talked and talked and talked and talked, and I promise I'm going to go back to Google Meets. I just haven't, but they're so much fun. We get to talk about. Love you too, Eric. I love you too, Ash. Thank you. Uh, we had such a good talk. We talked about so many different things. We don't talk about YouTube people. We really don't. 2 years since I lost my mother. Does it get easier? Hell no. I know it doesn't. And oh, Pickle left me the most beautiful uh, comment in DMs. And let me just look at it real quick to see what it said, because it's really, it's about, moving on. People, there are people that will tell you that after a certain period of time that you need to move on. But I don't think that I don't think that you can do that. I don't think that you can actually ever move on. And this, I'm going to tell you what it says exactly because I don't want to misquote it. And I don't know where she found it, but she always sends me really cute things. She just sent me yesterday a really cute picture of, a cardinal and, some birds and a cat. And it says, "Those we love don't go away. They walk beside us every day." And I said, well, I hope so. But, and if it's done in signs like that, maybe I don't think that I don't think that I look for signs. Let me see if I can find. Oh, okay. So it was actually Peter Mon was talking about moving on. So it's the quote was, "You never move on, you move through." So that's really about the best that I can do is just move through. I'm never going to move on, really, right? I'm never going to move on. I'm just going to move through, and hopefully, over the course of the years, it'll get better. And I'm sorry I wasn't reading chat because I went over to Twitter to read that. So anyway, uh, I don't want to stay. I don't want to stay on this, and I don't want to get because it's depressing. Because like I said, Christmas is coming before we know it, and we are going to do these wish lists. And I don't care about the naysayers. I didn't care about them last year or the year before. We're going to do it better this year. Hey, Jules, we're going to do it better this year. Oh, Elon Musk officially owns Twitter. Really? Listen, Elon, give me a call. We have a lot of people who need some help. Can you spare a few dimes? We have a lot of people who need help for Christmas. Instead of buying Twitter, hey, Winky. Yeah, poor Winky went through a loss of her mother, and it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. So I have a lot of people that I can talk to who, can say to me, I went through it, and Stephanie Brown, had a loss that I had a similar loss to, and I was able to talk to her about it. So we can all talk. Welcome back to the Long Term Mafia, Lacey. Diane, I've been watching you for almost 4 years, and I've never heard you almost cry. Well, because I had a problem with crying. Uh, you know, uh, I had a problem because I told a story. I was afraid that if I started crying, that I would never stop, and I would be institutionalized, and that was something that wasn't real. It was only something that I felt. So that's why I went to therapy, because it's not a logical thing to even say out loud, but that's how I felt. So, because I used to be a big baby crier all the time, a commercial would make me cry, but I learned how to suppress it. Like I would feel that lump in my throat and really bad where I couldn't even swallow. And, so I going through therapy, learned that it's okay to cry, and I'm not going to be locked away in an institution. But so yeah, so thank you. Next is dropping my email. Randy is going to talk about this on her channel. Susan Livingston, Diane, I'm so sorry to hear about your mom this summer watching my daughter pass away. Oh, I'm so sorry. See, and that's another kind of loss that I will never know. I never had children, and I thank God that I never had to go through that kind of a loss, but I watched my mother go through it. You're not supposed to outlive your children. Oh, finally able to catch a live. Yeah, I just have not. I go live about once a week, and I just felt like I needed to go live tonight because I didn't like what happened to Hello Starlight today. Uh, I felt like, she was calling out something that I think a lot of us were against, and maybe a lot of us were afraid to speak up on it because we didn't want to be doxxed or had real life gone on us. And yeah, and I was one of the people. I'm gonna just be honest. I was one of the people in my mod Discord that said to, yeah, it might have been in another Discord. I said to her, "Don't do it, don't do it," and and it was mostly out of fear. It was out of fear for her that I didn't want her to be doxxed, uh, and I didn't want her to be threatened. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was one of the people she mentioned. Yeah, I warned her. I said, and then she said, "Too late," and I said, "Oh fuck, there we go. It's over." Hi, Julie. So I was one of the people, and I'll admit that I said, "Don't do it, don't do it. It's not worth it." And I really hope that there aren't any further repercussions because, listen, I think that new people coming into the community is always a good thing, and I think that we can, work things out. Um, I do. I think that everybody can be cordial. And we don't have to love everybody, but we certainly can be cordial with people. Thank you, Susan Livingston. Yeah, I used to cry over things like Lassie too. When Timmy fell in the well, oh my gosh. Her threats may only end up hurting her channel. Everything she said threatened. It was. You're absolutely right. And I don't like the threats. I don't like the threats. I don't like the doxing. I don't like the threats of going real life, and I just don't understand it. She has no boundaries. Well, that's the whole thing. It's boundaries. We do have boundaries, okay, and we have to remember that we have boundaries here. Keep saying that, like, we have boundaries. There's no reason, if you want to have a conversation with somebody, even if you want to argue with somebody, there's no reason to take it to the next step. If you want to call someone out for being a shithead, or you think they're a shithead, keep it on YouTube. Just keep it on YouTube. Call them whatever you want. Call them a turd, a shithead, an asshole, but leave it here. And there are some people that obviously can't do that. Yeah, Winky, there is a line that you don't cross. And here's the thing, you know, let's say that Amber had never had to, because she said all her information has been put out. Let's say she came to YouTube, right? And she had a name like, let's say, Lady K. And I don't know who Lady K is. And I don't need to know who Lady K is. And I don't want to know who Lady K is. I want everybody like Deborah Groovy. I don't know if Deborah Groovy is even really a man, or, is a man or a woman. That's why you're supposed to come here, and you're supposed to try to stay anonymous if you don't fear ever being doxxed or people being able to find you. So let's say, and I think I brought this up, and I don't remember the woman who was on panel with Amber, but I remember saying this one night. Amber has no problem if you dox her. She said she has doxed herself. She has said her children's name. And that's fine if you want to do that. We don't do that here. And we try to protect our subscribers from not being found out. Uh, some of us make big mistakes when we come to social media for the first time. When I started going on social media, when I went to Facebook, it said type in your name, and I did. I typed in my name. Wherever I went, and it said type in your name, I typed in my name. And that's why my legal name is in my link. When and I can't even change it now. Like, I can't go into my customized channel thing and change my URL to my channel because of the new thing called handles. So they're not allowing you to do that anymore. I'm going to have to contact YouTube and see what I can do because, yeah, that is my legal name. And unfortunately, I did that myself. But everyone who comes to social media has the right to stay anonymous. I know she did. Hello, Starlight. I know she did. These people make Fisherman Dave. Yeah, well, listen, Dave the fisherman. The funny thing about him is he most of his doxes he got wrong, and when he would do that whole Google thing, where he was going to different places, he was just like making that whole thing up. It wasn't even real. It wasn't even real. Uh, yeah. Hi, Warrior Grandma. Okay, so let me hold on one second. This is going to be funny. Hold on. So, Amber, here's the thing. If you have a problem with someone, can you at all possibly try to not dock someone? If you have a problem with Hello Starlight, for instance, calling out something that we in this community feel was crossing a boundary, can you, instead of making the first thing that you do is dock someone and say where they live and all that, do you think that you can maybe do that? That's all we really want over here. And then we could all be friends. Why can't we all be friends? Okay, so now I think I'm Catwoman. Yes, I'm Catwoman. I think Amber is from the 90 Day Fiance community. Not really sure, but now we're all kind of intertwined. That's what happens here, right? Yes, stick to throwing tomatoes instead of doxing people. That's all I'm going to say about that. Um, but the whole thing, yeah, Catwoman, right? Pickle Pickle did that for me. And whatever happened, and here's the thing, I don't need to know what happened to Amber in the past, with the 90 Day Fiance thing. I don't care what happened. I don't care if there was a lawsuit. All that stuff doesn't need to be brought out. Diane, I want to know who said Beetlejuice 3 times and brought dumb oh no. Well, I'll tell you, views and subs, and a whole new thing, which is Michelle. Um, I, from the very minute that, Molly approached me and said, uh, I, here's a gold mine. I stepped back from it because I felt like Michelle is, listen, I'm not going to make excuses for Michelle whatsoever, that the things that she doesn't know what she's doing because whether she has BPD or not, uh, she knows right from wrong. She certainly knows what she's doing. She brought her whole life here. Okay. She brought her whole life here. She brought her exes here in a place where there are people that have no boundaries and do contact your real life. Did she think that that wouldn't happen? Possibly, but it did. Now, would I contact one of her exes? No. But again, remember, an ex is an ex, and they're going to say things about you that might not necessarily be the most flattering because they're your ex. But in this situation, all right, so I listened to the interview, not while it was live because we were having fun in a Google Meet, but I took some time to listen to it. I feel that it was a little suspicious. The fact that they had a phone call uh, hours before this took place, um, I felt that he was holding back. I felt that perhaps Michelle had something on him or hanging something over his head. I don't know. But I don't know. Did anyone else listen to the interview? Does anyone else have an opinion about it? Does anyone think that it was a little bit fishy, the whole conversation. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I thought it was a little on the suspicious. Uh, that sounds a tad weak. Can you please play nice? Do not care what happened to Amber or Michelle. Wish they never got drug in here. Yeah. I just, I don't know. Does anybody else feel like the whole interview was a little bit uh, changed? Yeah, the questions were definitely very one sided. The guy hadn't spoken to exactly in 12 years. They were only married for less than a year. And I totally know why for the train wreck. Yeah. Uh, I don't know. I just found it to be very fishy. She worded questions to get dirt on MS. Yep. Well, I think that to be fair, I think people sent in those questions, uh, but they were all one sided because they wanted to hear dirt on her. But I feel like, he wasn't completely on the up and up either. The fact that he spoke to her for a couple of hours, was it really 3 hours? I don't know. Uh, it could have been an hour and a half. I don't know. So you go 12 years without a word, then talk. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How do we know? How do we know he was shady? So how do we know that this wasn't something, a concerted effort on both of their parts to gain some kind of notoriety? He's got a YouTube channel. Are you kidding me? They asked him more than once if there was domestic violence. Yeah, and he wanted to say yes so badly. It's uncalled for regardless. She doesn't feel that way, though she feels completely justified. He was being very respectful. I think, yeah, I'm not saying that he wasn't Neil and Thread. I wasn't saying that he wasn't respectful. I just found it to be a little bit different than where he was headed the day before when he went on her panel for a little while. He was ready to jump on her, and give all the deets. And then he had a conversation with her, and then the things changed up. Hey, Andy, he said no. What do you expect him to say? Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I just feel like it was an unfair interview. Uh, actually came off like a male version of Michelle. Yeah, kind of, exactly. I don't know. Like I was just getting a very, uh, hey, Melanie. I was just getting a very uh, suspicious vibe, or like I said, fishy vibe when I was listening. Then he told the story about his son, and the other person on panel calls him a hero, and she was brought to tears. Listen, I did notice that the day before, it was a hallmark moment. He was ready to take her channel down one day and then help her build it up. Yeah, I mean, listen, we already know that Michelle thinks that she's a star, right? She is a star on YouTube. That's all she talks about is that, I think she baked a cake and shit for 4,000 subscribers. So she really thinks that she's a big deal. So, maybe who knows, maybe in this phone call, she said to Tim, listen, I've got a big channel, right? Right? I got a big channel and we can make money on here. We don't really know what happened in that conversation. People go way too far on YouTube. They certainly do, Brantley. So weird he would even want to be involved into the drama and shit. Yeah, don't you think that's very odd that a man who you haven't spoken to in 12 years, right? Right? I can't help but do that now. I don't even want to say the word right anymore. Um, I do find it kind of weird that a man who's 56 years old would want to come on YouTube and get involved in drama. It's very, very strange. It's on YouTube, so it becomes our business. Same rules for everyone. Yeah. So yeah, so I thought it was funny that she baked a cake for her 4,000 subscribers. I don't think she baked it. I think she bought it. But listen, Michelle can't remember. Keep this in mind, though. Keep this in mind. I don't know how to do sweet. I don't know how to do the snarky laugh. I don't pay enough attention to it. I'm sure someone else here knows how to do it. I just know that right. And that's about as well as I can do it. Amber's people are now contacting the other ex-husband. See, now I think the other ex-husband probably is not going to want to talk because he seemed, in that video, irritated. Michelle shares way too much. Oh yeah, she shares way too much. Like I said the last time we spoke, the only thing that we don't know about Michelle is how many times she, how do I say this politely, uh, takes a dump. That's the only thing we don't know about her. We know everything about her, and I don't know why. Right, Cassandra? Right? Oh my God, that woman. Uh, yeah, Michelle is too selfish to realize that whomever she brings on here from her life, people are going to look up. Well, yeah, I mean, she brought her son on here, uh, who's, in prison. Why? We don't need to know that. And it all started, and I hate to, oh my God, don't even talk to me about the bats. Oh my God, worry, Grandma. When I saw all those bats that she has in the belfry, I thought I was going to die. That is dangerous. That has to be dangerous. Um, I bet you every person here now says, right? I know it's addictive, Melanie. You can't even stop. Yes, I agree with you. Hello, Starlight. People, yes, so scary, Belfry. I've been wanting to say bats in the Belfry. I'm sorry. I've been wanting to say it. And yeah, I did. I said it. Her ex-husband is my age, and there's no way I would want to bring my exactly. And I'll tell you right now, my ex-husband probably would say shitty things about me, but would he say them publicly? I doubt it, because because I know things. You know what I mean? Like I know what happened. The truth. Um, what's a belfry? Upstairs. Upstairs. I'm hitting my noggin. Uh, yeah, I do remember when Holly had bats. Actually, I think she only had about one or two, but they were flying around, and it was funny. That was one of the best nights. We had so much fun watching her try to get that bat out of there. Hey, little miss, shut the fuck up. Yeah, exactly. Your ex can fuck it. What am I talking about? What do you mean? What am I talking about, Stephanie? What am I talking about? Am I not making sense? Did you not see the bats in Michelle's attic? She has a whole colony. Did you not see that? A whole colony of bats behind some screen thing, and all their poop, bat poop, is on the floor. So whatever that breeds. Hello, Starlight. Yes, I seen those, but she's talking about a belfry. Oh my God. That's in the belfry. That's like a statement for saying you're crazy. It's a saying. That's in the belfry. You never heard that? Meow. Meow. Hi, Randy. Meow. 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 Yes, it's kind of like, don't play me Bellevue, bitches. Don't play me Bellevue. That was one of the best lines that we ever had. Who came from Jules when she said, "Don't play me Bellevue," and I even made merch out of that, and she got a hoodie. Uh, So now, whenever someone is trying to play us, we will use "Don't Play Me, Bellevue." Right, big facts. Don't play me, Bellevue, bitches. So it's kind of like an old fashioned "Don't Play Me, Bellevue." Okay, it's bats in the belfry, but I wanted to say it only because she actually does have bats. So yeah, she's got lots of bats and a lot of poop, and she's inhaling all that shit. Please refrain from saying "I seen it." It's "I saw it." I said that. Did I say that, Grandma Police Lady? Did I say that? There's a thing that does happen here on YouTube. People will say the incorrect word. Oh, Stephanie Brown. Don't call out Stephanie Brown. Belfry is a bell tower or steeple, the most upper part of attic. Oh, no, bell tower reminds me of a joke. Well, I think it means, when people say it, I think that they're talking about "you're crazy." That was my interpretation of it. That was my interpretation of bats in the belfry. I think I heard it in a movie. But I know it is. I know it's a pet peeve of yours. But you know what I find people are doing on YouTube? Instead of saying the word "it doesn't," right? I said it wrong. Whatever, Stephanie. I might have, because this place it has me losing brain cells. Oh, Science Girl has the back clip. Okay, so people, instead of using the word "doesn't" on here, they're using the word "don't" instead of "doesn't." And a lot of people are doing it, and I don't even think that people realize that they're doing that. I think I did it once, and I caught myself, and I said, "Wait a minute, that's wrong." Please play the bad clip. Okay, hold on. Let me get to her page. Is this the bats one you're talking about? Oh, okay. So I don't know. I saw it in an old movie. I saw that in an old movie, Kimberly, and I think it means the person's crazy. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me get to her page. The other thing that, in case people want to stick around for it, I'm just letting you know, and some people might not agree with me, but I want to talk about, calling out tragedy pimps, because it's not working, guys. It's not working, and I feel okay. This is my opinion. Before I go get the video. Oh, okay. You googled it. That's exactly what it means. Oh, the back clip. You want me to play? Good. I'm glad, Kimberly. Thank you. Are you talking about the movie A Streetcar Named Desire? No. Was it in that movie? Oh, wait a minute. The Hunchback of Notre Dame took Esmeralda to the cathedral belfry. I know, but I think it's also a terminology that it means that if you have when someone says you have bats in the belfry, it means you're crazy. Okay, so people are saying I'm right. Thank you to the people who are saying that I'm right about the phrase. Thank you. Thank you. What are you disagreeing about, Mike? What are you disagreeing about? I didn't even finish what I was talking about yet, Mike. I didn't finish. Okay? I love you too, Randy. I hope you had a good day today. I didn't get a chance to talk to you. I hope you had a great day. I've been vindicated. Thank you. Crazy. Yes, crazy. Yes. Thank you, Kimberly. Calling out the pumps of tragedy. Did you mean to say the pimps of tragedy, Mike? Okay. I'm going to tell you why I think that calling them out is not going to stop them. Okay. So I'm not going to name all the tragedy pimps. I think you know who they are, right? Right, right, right. Hashtag pumps. Yes, yes, Kathy B. It means crazy or eccentric. So we all know who the tragedy pimps are. But calling them out and discussing them is not stopping them. They're still doing it. They're still going to do it. They're still going to go down to wherever and stand outside and protest and scream and yell and all that. What really, okay, so what really needs to happen, and I'm going to use Cash Gernon, Cash Gernon's grandmother, and that other woman, I don't remember her name, who kind of does all the talking for her. What they're doing is they're trying to get things in front of Congress and they're trying to get laws passed. Unless there are laws passed about going after victims' families, using victims' children, whether they're missing or deceased, for monetary gain, right? Oh my God, every time I say right now, I know it's disgusting, Stephanie. I agree 100%. My opinion is keep up the good fight. Some wars take years. Yeah. But to make it work in favor of these families, like this woman who is being, I don't even know her name. The listen, I'm not a big true crime follower, but every time I turn on YouTube now, that's what I see. Whatever child is being gone after at the moment, and I don't I hate it. Like I don't even want to listen to it. But my point is that if you're going after them, yeah, making emojis out of deceased children, putting their picture up on your community page, you have no right. I mean, obviously, there's no laws in place to stop it yet. And that's the whole thing. Like, why not try to take more time to find out how people can get together to get laws passed so that people can't put up their pictures on their thumbnails of deceased children or missing children. They need protesters to protest. Well, that would turn out to be uh, that would turn out to be horrible. But how about putting energies towards trying to get laws passed, going before Congress and senates and things like that to make this stop? Uh, you know what I mean? Hey, Crystal, Diane, and friends. I've been listening. I'm at the nursing home with my dad. So just know I love you. We love you too. And prayers for your dad. We did this before. Gray rock them. Creators who don't have 100 people watching start to move to other platforms. Yeah. That has been attempted, but like I said, I wish these tragedy pumps would get a fucking real job. Well, this is their content, and this is how they're earning a living. I agree. I've thought about the laws, how they differ from state to state. Yep. Listen, the worst thing about the U.S. is this: we have no laws in place other than some from state to state having anything to do with the internet. Okay. In my state of Pennsylvania, it is a crime to harass someone online. It is a crime to cyber bully, things like that. Hey, pharmacy girl, I'm glad you found my channel too. So I do have laws in my state, but not every state has the same laws. I don't think it's for living, but it's fun and games. I don't know. For some people, that's their. I'm not going to name names of the people because I don't want, I don't want to be brought up in people's live streams. But there are some people that are doing it for a living. Okay, YouTube for them is a living. It's how they're paying their bills. Diane, is it possible at all to make a law federal or try? Yeah, there is a way to do it, but it takes a lot of work. That's why Cash Gurnan's grandmother and that woman, I don't remember her name. Well, I know I have it in my email somewhere, but they are trying to get things in place so that there will be laws against being able to look at what happened to her grandson, right? Her grandson got used and his picture was all over the internet. It's on people's community pages. It was on thumbnails. Uh, she wants that stopped. That's her grandchild, no one else's, right? Yeah, Cash Gurning, Justice Family, yes. And I'll tell you, if I had a child, I would be going crazy if something happened to my child and people were putting it on their community pages, their thumbnails, and using it as content and getting paid super chats and PayPals and and earning money off of it. I would be infuriated, and I think that everybody here that is against it would feel the same way. But calling them out is keeping their actions held to the fire and letting others know. Yeah, but they don't care. That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. They don't care if you call them out. Yeah, it all started at Chris Watts. You can't take away pictures because they are real creators that cover cases. Listen, let me also mention this real quick. There there are true crime people on here who I consider true crime people. A couple come to mind. Gray Hughes, Stephanie Harlow. They don't go into these people's real life and they don't sit there and they don't say things like, I think this happened or I think that happened. I think that, and those are only because I'm not a big true crime follower. I'm sure there are tons of true crime channels on here that do not use the images of deceased children and you know Gray never exploits victims. Exactly. That's the whole thing, is the exploitation of children. And listen, exploitation of children in any way, shape, or form on social media is a bad thing. And we know that by the family bloggers who get called out constantly for exploiting their children for millions of dollars to only end up in a shit place where their kids end up leaving and never come back when they become an adult, or they end up getting sued because there are no laws in place for them to give consent or not. I'm not a big fan of those that speculate, especially when it gets absolutely outrageous. Exactly. Don't cloud chase over dead children. Yeah, and listen, I don't know when this started happening because I feel like this is not something that our community was even involved in or was up against or was part of our community when I don't even know when it started. Like, really, I feel like I first noticed it with Cash Garnon. And I don't even like saying his name, but I feel like it was Cash Garnon, and I feel like it was Tiffany Marie that decided after she, went real life on me and tried to have my channel destroyed because she didn't like her name being brought up, decided to flip from drama to true crime. So that's where I remember it happening. I could be wrong. I only trust gray, period, but I love my friends here. Yeah, well, you can listen. You can absolutely listen. If I was a true crime person, I would probably try to find a true crime channel that I felt was above board and who didn't do things to exploit, um, and follow that person or those channels. The first I noticed it happening like this is in Florida. What do you mean, Stephanie? What do you mean, Florida? Oh. Okay, got it. Okay, had to think for a second. Well, Bullhorn Betty is. Listen, she's probably been doing this for years. Yes, yes, Gabby Petito. I just started watching the Gabby Petito story on Lifetime. I didn't get through it yet, but yeah, I forgot all about that. Bullhorn Betty, I find her to be I don't know, a cartoon. She's a cartoon. Uh, she thinks she knows the law. She pretends to be a press person. She says the most ridiculous things that I've ever heard, and yet she hasn't done anything. That's the real thing. What has any of these people actually done to help a case be? Jeff, I mean, solved. Did anybody ever solve a case? Has social media possibly assisted slightly in maybe bringing attention to, or I don't know, could people on social media be of some kind of help? Oh my god, don't even bring up Dolly. Oh my god, I don't want him coming after me, but man, that guy is a weirdo. Okay, he's a weirdo to me, and oh my god, Bullhorn Big Mouth is dumber than a box of rocks. Well, she tries to sound intelligent, but you can't fool everyone all of the time. Uh, Wait a second. I have to do something. Okay. I don't know. Like I said, I just feel. Oh well, thank you for sharing that. 180. I just feel like there are better ways. Uh, Yeah, I'm not sure if we're a grandma. I think, well, I've got fangs. She gave me fangs, so I think it's some kind of, I don't know. Yeah, it's some kind of a bat lady. I don't know. It's cute though. I feel like I just wish there was a way that people could get together to try to help. Yeah, a vampire kind of thing. Yeah, it's like kind of like a vampire-ish thing. Listen, I got to use them all up tonight. Yes, I changed it. This is the second time. Keep up, Stephanie. I went from Disney uh to Catwoman, and now yes, I am looking good in leather. Absolutely. Look at that bod. Yeah. And for Christmas, by the way, I have all ugly Christmas sweaters. Okay. And also, Pickle Pickle made me an elf. She made my avatar an elf on the shelf. So yeah, it's kind of fun. So I can't wait for the Christmas time one. So yeah, I'm rocking that, you know, tight suit. Well, I don't know if I'm meant to be a bad bat, but I don't know. It's just a costume. I don't know. I didn't. I didn't tell Pickle that I wanted any kind of, bad stuff or, anything like that. Yes, Thank You Next is dropping Pickle's store. She has a great store. She makes beautiful. Uh, we've shown them and we've done a giveaway. She does spiders. Yeah, I'm challenging my inner Michelle. Exactly. Um, Beautiful spiders, handmade, beaded, beautiful. She's done grasshoppers and praying mantises, and she's very talented. If you need help in any kind of graphics, she does something else too, but I don't share that business. That's something if she wants to share on her own, I won't, share that. I could fly around Michelle's house. Exactly, Crazy Daisy. I could do that. I could do that. So I'm just saying, listen, I know that people are going to call it out because I think it's, I absolutely 100% think it's despicable what these channels are doing. And they are making a lot of money. They're making a lot of money off of it. Um, I just feel like possibly there's a better way to make it be able to stop by having laws put in place. And again, it would have to be done state by state, right? I mean, I was watching those girls outside doing, twerking. I heard there were some people arrested. I think if people start getting arrested, where people start pressing charges for being on their property, like if someone came on my property, I would call the police and I would charge them. If the police said, "Do you want them charged?" I'd say absolutely. They have to be a little bit more bold in making that move and taking care of the protesters. I don't know what they're protesting for. I mean, like, why are you even protesting? Do you think? Okay, so hypothetically, if this woman did was responsible for the death of her child, because we don't know that yet, right? Yeah, it could. Yes, possibly obstruction of law. Exactly. Uh, No one knows for sure. I mean, I feel like Bullhorn Betty's doing the same exact thing that she did to Candace Wells, right? Same exact. Did you hear the comment about maybe a child could go missing in Hawaii? He even said that would be great. Who said that? Standing in the street yelling profanities. Yes, it is a public nuisance. I don't understand it. It doesn't get anyone anywhere. The protesting. Oh, Dolly said that? Yeah, I don't know. Dolly to me is I don't even know what to say. It's I don't know. Yeah, what happened with the Brian Laundry thing? Uh, that really did, protesting did nothing. It really didn't. And yelling with that bullhorn, I mean, you're not really solving anything. They've knocked on windows. Exactly. And what about the people who live in the neighborhood? I felt the same way about the Brian Laundry thing. And I understand that news, you know, also was down there and rented people's houses and paid them to keep an eye on the laundry house. But, that's news reporters. Those are legitimate news reporters. And they have the money to pay to, do a 24-hour around the clock watch to see what's going to happen. Yeah, they don't do it to solve. They don't solve anything. Have they solved anything? The city needs to force the protest to the courthouse. Well, that's where they should be. I mean, if you think about it, if they're so concerned about the person who they believe is guilty not getting arrested, why aren't they protesting in front of the police department or courthouse. That would make more sense than going to the person's home. Imagine those neighbors who are already living with the fact that Quentin is most likely deceased, then have to listen to babies crying. I know that. Who did somebody turn on like sound effects of a baby crying? Was that what they did? Stephanie? So they were purposely putting on a baby crying. Oh, that is sick. Oh my God, that's so sick. Oh, that is just crazy. That's crazy. It seems like a group of even more crazy people. Oh, that's all right, Deborah Ann. Don't apologize for being late. Glad to see you here. Dolly can't even spell Quentin's name right, and Bulldozer Betty never says his name. I know she calls him Baby Q. Why does she do that? Like, what? I don't even understand why she does that. Yeah, I probably would get arrested too if I was a neighbor. Oh my God, I can't even imagine 24/7 that shit going on. Yeah, you're right, Worry Grandma. You're right. But the playing of a baby crying is just demented to me. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I wish there was a way that the community could come together. The people, who really are, disgusted by what's going on. If people can come together and maybe get assistance from people who know how to get things rolling. Hey, D Rod, how are you? Great to see you. Uh, to try to get the ball rolling and try to figure out how there might be a way to, get things in motion. Do you know what I'm saying? To get things in motion, to get it in front of the Senate, to get it in front of Congress, to get it somewhere for people who can write the laws to end this kind of stuff. I don't know. It's just, a crazy thought that I had. I would lose it if someone did that to me, losing a baby, then yeah. And I don't know. I don't even know. Listen, I don't know if she did it or not. Uh, I know she's the only suspect at the moment, but they haven't charged her. So what if she didn't do it? Then what? I bet every one of them has an arrest record. That's why they don't understand why others think yeah, probably. I drove by the Monarch today where Gabby stood in front of with the butterflies on the pumpkin, and it was so sad. Yeah, I like I said, I just started watching the movie. I mean, of course, it's a Lifetime movie, so I don't know how accurate, the moments, leading up, how the relationship, went bad, or how it started. And from what I saw, it made him be very, jealous and protective, overprotective. No one knows. None of them know. They don't believe in innocent. Yeah, exactly, and that's completely the opposite of the way our system works here. It's innocent until proven guilty, not the other way around. Gosh, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, it's right up the street from my house. Oh, is it? Sweet crazy. I didn't know that. One guy got arrested twice. Second time, he just completed his court. Lounge classes. Wow. All right. So listen, I'm not going to be on here much longer. Um, but I just wanted to let everybody know that at the beginning of November, we're going to start, uh, you know, well, we're going to start dropping lists as soon as we get them all done. Like, in other words, when somebody emails me their wish list, if they, well, they have to email me first if they don't know how to make an anonymous wish list. And if they don't, Stephanie Brown very kindly last year made a beautiful step by step by step by step video. And I will send it off to them. And then I always check. I make sure that I drop one of their items in my checkout, go to, in my basket, go to checkout to make sure that there's an anonymous address that you can check off to mail. Diane's channel, Alan Black thinks I'm being toxic. Am I? I don't think that you could ever be toxic. Uh, Alan, why would he be? Why is he being toxic? I don't think that Jeff could ever do that. I haven't been paying attention. Why do you think he's being toxic? Yeah. So anyway, as far as the Amber thing, toxic the house. All right. So Stephanie just told you, Jeff, that you are being toxic. Okay, I missed something. All right. So Jeff said, Alan Black. There you go, sir. Laugh at that. So again, I don't know what happened and how we got to this point of doxing people. As far as Michelle goes, again, I feel like people need to leave her alone. If people just stop watching her, playing her, restreaming her, uh, it will die off. I think the more she's antagonized, the more gruesome it's going to get with her. But I can't. I'm not anyone's boss. I can't tell anyone what to do. I personally think that Michelle has problems, extreme problems, but I also will not use them as an excuse for her own behavior. She knows what she's doing. I'm sorry, I do believe that. And again, she brought all of her business here. She brought her exes here. She spoke badly about them. Uh, if they want to come here and respond to her, I don't know what to say. Uh, but she can't blame anyone but herself. I'm sorry. Hey, Shauna. Well, I'm glad that you caught me too. I've been on 90 minutes, and for me, 90 minutes is enough. Um, Unless someone wants to come up and give their opinion on Michelle, so I could take a bathroom break, uh, what they feel about Michelle or the whole tragedy pimping situation or the whole situation that happened with our Hello Starlight today. If anyone wants a link, I'd be more than happy to give them a link to share their opinion. Well, that's true, Shauna. You just got here, so the party can get started. You don't have a costume ready? I have one costume left, I think. Hold on. I just had fun with the costumes tonight. I thought it was funny. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I got one more. I don't know. Maybe there'll be, I don't know, maybe someone will have a Halloween party and I'll go up and, I know, right? I love them, Sin. Yeah, I know, D-Rod. You mean, right, right, right. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, well, how come I'm not seeing it on the side? Oh, there I am. And I've got long flowing hair. Like when Randy had a dream that I had really long hair, that I grew my hair out. Oh, I forgot. I never finished. Did I finish my sentence about Thank You Next dropping uh, uh, Snowflakes and Spiders Pickle Pickles link? Go over there and find something. Right, right, right. Oh, you're just over here being Britney Spears toxic. Okay, gotcha. I'm dressing up as a hoe bag. All I have to do is change my lipstick. Hey, Diane, thoughts on Kanye? Uh, well, other than him being crazy, I don't know. What has Kanye done? I don't keep too much up on Kanye. I love you too, Jeff. Thank you. Oh, don't forget, to, by the way, to go into my description. I found a link and I posted it on my community page as well. It's 75 cool gifts that seem expensive, but are really cheap as fuck. That's what it says in the link. I didn't say that on my own. On Amazon. And there are 75 of them, and they really are cool, and they really are nice, and you would never expect that they were that inexpensive. I mean, if you need some things, some ideas for yourself for Christmas gifts and you don't want to spend a lot of money. All right, so if no one wants a link, then I think I'm going to go uh, because I'm, out of thoughts. I just wanted to, bring up the thing that happened with Amber and with Hello Starlight, and that I did warn her to not do it. Um, because I had an idea, what was going to happen. But I do hope that we don't have any, neighborhood to neighborhood kind of, issues. I think everybody here can be cordial, and I think that everybody here should be able to have an opinion. You know what I mean? Thank you. Yeah, you like the fashion show? If I go live again, I might, put on the fashion show again. I don't have any plans at the moment, but I don't know if I pop on someone's live stream, I'll do the same thing. I'll change up my costumes and get ready for the holiday with all my crazy, ugly uh, sweaters that my avatars are dressed in. Those are going to be fun too. Well, good night, Crazy Daisy. Go eat something. Yeah, so I just hope that we can all be cordial while still being able to do what you kind of do in a drama community. Oh my God, my nose is so stuffy. Listen, M's Coffee Convos. Where have you been, girl? I did. Okay, so what did I do before this? Didn't I? Well, okay, all right, so my avatar has all of my, all right. So I said to Pickle, right? She redid my whole thing. She redid my avatar. She redid my thumbnails. I said to her, "Can you put my hoodies from my merch store, my designs, right, on my avatar?" And she said, "Sure, I can." And that's what she did. Then I said, "Can you put me in Halloween costumes?" And she said, "Yes, I can." And then I said to her, "Can you put me in ugly Christmas sweaters for Christmas time?" And she said, "Yes, I can." So yeah, it's my avatar, and she just, you know. switch them up. But yeah, absolutely. I'm back admitted again in the hospital. Oh, I swear your avatar changed clothes just in the time it took. Oh, yeah, I didn't know you were in the hospital. I'm sorry. I hope you're on the mend. So you did see me. You saw me change it up. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little. Oh, I can't. I can't give you a sneak preview. I don't have them uploaded of Christmas. Okay, this was the first one that I came in on, I think. Catwoman. Oh, does it, Shauna? Well, listen, Ems, feel better. I hope that you get out of the hospital soon. You know what? I've been wanting to play that song, by the way, Barracuda, for the longest time. Like when I haven't played songs in a long time, but maybe the next time I go live, I'll play that song. I love that song. I love Heart. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go. Everybody have a great weekend, and I guess I'll see you around YouTube. Everybody, be nice to each other. Be kind. And I'm going to try to put together a members Google Meet because I miss doing them. Oh, I'm going to, Shauna. I've been wanting. I've had that song on. I've had that song saved forever, and I just never got around to playing it. So I am. Yeah, happy Halloween, everyone. I'll be around in the community. Hey, caller and friends. I'll be around. I just don't know when I'm going live again. But again, don't anyone take no, you don't Saucy, no, you don't have to be nice to her. I'm just saying in general, be kind, and I do hope that I didn't cause any more problems for anybody here or for myself for that matter, because I'm not really trying to cause any problems. What I'm saying is that we need to try to be a little bit better with the doxing and going real life. The going real life has to stop. Period. It's doesn't get anyone anywhere really, other than getting yourself in trouble outside of YouTube. And I don't think people really want to do that. So again, thank you everyone for coming, enjoying my Halloween costumes, and I will see you around YouTube. Be good, everybody, and boo.